Hey everyone, welcome back to another vlog and welcome back to another day. Well, I was going to say in a sunny MeadowGrove, but it's rather overcast. And you might be like, you might be thinking, why the hell are you outside the stores and in a bus stop? Well, that is because I have just come down to pay some cash towards a new tractor. Mainly because the 7810, as you guys know, was broke. It was broken down. Anyway, they have told me that it's going to cost more to repair the engine block, to completely rebuild the engine, than it is to get a second-hand / third-hand tractor, and have that as a trade-in price because it is a rare tractor. It is worth quite a lot of money whether it runs or not, and then put some cash down on top of it. And as you know, I never paid for the loader. So I've got money left over from when I obviously budgeted for that. So the tractor in question, if you don't know what it is by the arse end, is a 4955. And for most of you that know your tractors, is that this has a lot more horsepower than the John Deere 7810, and obviously the 6910, obviously, which means I can now take a lot of workload off of the 6910. And this has become one of those tractors that just has been an absolute brute. I've had it for 2 days now, and I've done, a decent amount of work with it. And yeah, it's definitely been one of those that's extremely good for the value. Like I said, it is about third hands now, and it's showing wear and tear, But I want to take these mud guards off. They just come off there's a bolt there. I'm going to undo them and take them off. Just because they really do rub against the side of the engine bay. But yeah, it really is a nice tractor. Now we're going to jump inside and fire her up, because we have a couple of jobs to do in today's vlog. Now, I hope you guys are well and are enjoying what you are doing at this current moment in time. Since the last vlog, the only thing that's really happened is the progress made on getting this. As you guys would have known, I was going to get Matt to help me finish double chop that field. That is now halted because the double chop has sheared a bolt somewhere, being the key word. I have no idea where, but you turn it on, there's an almighty grinding underneath the bodywork. So I just parked it back up where we picked it up from, and I'll fix that over the winter time if I really feel the need to. The other thing that's changed is now all that loose gravel is now down on the bit over the other side of the road where the bales will go next year, and that field that we cultivated is now drilled with some winter barley. So we got 2 fields of barley and 1 wheat. We got 1 more field that needs to be planted. And that's obviously great. That needs to go in before the winter, and then after winter we got a field of wheat, field of oats, and that will be everything planted. Now, if you wonder what I'm doing and where I am, some of you might remember this place. I picked up a Ep.32 here many years ago, but since then there's a new owner at the farm, etc., and he wanted some soybeans that was harvested, that I managed to test the harvester on, because Matt down the road had the contract to do it for him, and he said that I could just test it out. I didn't film it because I just didn't feel the need to. Now I can tell already that there is some still left in this trailer. So we're just gonna tip it up. Did it empty? As the gate was closed, the man is not here. But he uses it for his sheep, and I think he has a couple of pigs. I think that's what this is for. I think it's pig feed. So it won't matter too much. I mean, it's under cover anyway. But our plan for today is to hook the cultivator onto this and go and cultivate the old oilseed rape field ready for the new oilseed rape to go in. But yeah, this tractor really does open, you know, open a window, a door for, as it were, for the future for the farm. Because obviously, with the more horsepower, I've been looking at thinking, you know, in the coming years, I can upgrade the cultivator, get something a little bit bigger. I've been looking, actually, this is the last purchase of the calendar year. I won't be buying anything else this year. However, I have been looking for next year, just before the silage time, because instead of hiring Matt in as a contractor, because I've now got the power, I might look at getting a forage wagon, something like a Pottinger or a Lely or something like that, a Strautman, just to cut costs of contractors, really. You know, it's an outgoing cost that doesn't necessarily need to be there now. I have something with, you know, that oomph, and yeah, managed to do it myself. Obviously, most of it would be silage bales, but I do like to have some in the pit. And obviously we got some maize down in the ground this year as well, so we won't necessarily need a lot in the pit. Right, so let's go and dump the wagon. Now obviously this tractor has a large turning circle as well now. But yeah, as you can see guys, the loose gravel chippings are down. I've left the dither there because there's going to be a fence and a gateway put in for this grass field, so I had to put some cows out there as well. As you can see, silage wide, one of the Marstons, and the double chopper is down here. Don't know when I did it to fix that, don't know if I will fix that. But yeah, it's one of those things really that is not used anymore, and I am actually thinking of taking the spout off around about here and using this as a topper for stuff like oilseed rape stalks, you know, just general stuff like that, maize stalks, stuff like, you know, all that sort of stuff, so it can cultivate and plough in easier. Shut that door. Alright. Obviously now this is a larger turning circle. I'm also looking at another baler as well. They've got an auction coming up just after Christmas. Right, cultivator is actually out there, so I've actually done the wrong way. It's me getting used to having stuff parked down here now. We got the room. But yeah, the dealer's having an auction just after Christmas. And basically, I've seen like some of the lots that's coming up, and there is a big, little bit too big, but it will fit on this tractor, and it's a Heston style baler. It's a New Holland BB style baler. So if you know what they are, they're generally the really big Heston bales with 6 strings, etc. All of that. One of them is coming up, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I would maybe like to put in a cheeky bid on it, because I don't know what, obviously it depends how much it goes for. I haven't got a lot of disposable income, but I have got a few things that I can sell. For instance, there's a few ton left of oilseed rape, and there is, I think, still some barley in the sheds. So that sort of stuff can go. Well, I got, like I said, if so Sorry, I was just not concentrating getting that. This is the only issue with the yard and having the gate there. And I don't want to turn across the field. But yeah, so I could do that. Yeah, it's just a few bits and bobs that I could get rid of in the long run. You know, and obviously I'd sell the round baler if I got the square baler. Which would then leave the door wide open for a forage widening idea. So yeah, it's definitely. I'm gonna do. I might even vlog the auction, or vlog from it, or some of it, just so you guys can see what was sort of on offer. So I don't have to explain it as much, and I can, run it with you guys basically. But we shall see. I think Matt's gonna come with us, so he'll be with us as well. But I mean, that's in a couple of months' time. I mean, we're literally in September at the moment, so that auction's over 3 months away. Now I'm gonna put my indicators on. Oh, old horses! Yeah, look at that, guys. Look at that. But yeah. So that's obviously, like I said, in 2 months' time or so. So it is in 3 months' time. So plenty to do at the moment, really. Save money, etc. Milk prices and all that. That is unfolded. Lovely stuff. Right. Now, obviously, this to fit on that obviously sits 910 JD. So this on this is no issue whatsoever. Which obviously again opens the door to the fact of getting something slightly bigger for next year, maybe. But it does depend on obviously all the outgoings, all the costs over the next time of the year, like calendar year and farm year, as it were, and basically just seeing how the harvest next year really prevails. Really, because I mean, if it's a good harvest, then obviously I've got money to spend, But if it's I have no idea what's just happened there. Is the pin fell out? Let's have a look. No, don't quite know what happened there. But so yeah, if we have a good harvest season, then we can look at buying a few new things this time next year. So it really does depend. Obviously, if we don't have to have Matt out as much to do some of our work, like if he comes like in the silage time, where I need him to come and drive a tractor for me, for silage, or come out with pits and bales up, or what have you. That's different. He doesn't charge you for that. He does that just as a mate. But if I actually have to call him in to do some work, because I don't have that piece of equipment, then that's when obviously things get a bit pricey. And if I have the equipment, then I don't need that as an outgoing. Once I've got it, I've got it. I only have to buy, say, if it's a seed drill, I don't buy a seed, all of that stuff. So by having this tractor, definitely leaves the door open for some new equipment, some more up-to-date equipment maybe, just the horsepower, etc. Now this grass is extremely long. I did not realise how long it was. I might have to get the hedge cutter on the next field, because the next field is the exact same, which is an issue. It's alright because this tractor's pulling this nicely, and I'm not going to go into that corner. We'll just get that bit of stubble there. Now, the only other issue is obviously we just spent money on a combine. That was straight out money, but surprisingly, that cost less than this. You think the combine bigger, more horsepower, you know, but it cost less. It cost less than this, and the only reason I can see that why that is because obviously this is a tractor everyday use. Combine comes out once a year for about the period of a month, depending on the weather, and then goes back into its sheds. Doesn't come back out to the year after. And obviously it is an old combine as well, so small header, not seen desirable by some, but yeah, to me it works well. Like I said, I did some testing on the soybeans with Matt, and yeah, it tried fine. You know, the shredder works. Not that I actually want the shredder on the back, because I have straw off of everything. Oilseed rape, I have the straw for bedding and stuff like that. So that really didn't bother me whether it worked or not, but it was nice to have the option there if needs be. But yeah, so we are sorted. Obviously it's unfortunate that we can't keep the 7810 because I just got that back, but I'm not going to put money towards something that's done to you know, blow the bank, as they say. So that really isn't how I operate, and I don't want the farm to lose out and lose money because a tractor is down. I have to then rent tractors to do the work. Obviously it's a busy period as well, getting stuff planted and all that jazz, so I really don't want to rent tractors. I didn't really want to pay the price. When they said they take it in as a sort of trade in as parts, and I presume that they're probably gonna do it up and sell it, but they can do that on their own accord, and you know, everything else. So I'm just getting used to obviously the gearbox and everything in this, because again it's completely different. Obviously that yellow lever there is PTO. These are all link arms and hydraulics. So if I just stop her here, obviously the red stick is direction and gear, and the little handle when you move forward and put it into like cruise control, etc., it goes from hair to that's like the hare and tortoise, so that's kind of your hand throttle. So I'm trying to get used to it, but yeah, I don't know how long this vlog's going to be, guys. The idea was just to basically introduce you to the tractor, and just there's more of an update than anything. There's it's not really a lot going on the farm. I might do a seeding vlog. We'll take the Vadestad seeder out with this in the next vlog or something, and get Matt on. I have got some forestry work as well that Matt has asked me to go and record with him as a vlog, just to show, because obviously I've got forestry experience. Matt knows that, but not only that, he kind of wants to use my vlogs as an advertisement of forestry, because he can offer that service now, good and proper. He's got some big machinery. I think what I'm probably going to do is take this, just because of the big beefy tires, you know, and all that stuff. So we're going to go and do that as well in the coming months. I don't know if I hope we don't get any snow this year, but if we do, I might do a vlog when it snows, because we'll have to clear all the lanes around us. I have got a designated snow plow to go on it, but it hasn't seen use in about 2 years. Apparently, because that was from the farmer that I bought, that was obviously here beforehand. But there's been no snow here for 2 years apparently, according to Matt. So it hasn't seen a lot of use, and it's actually in the undergrowth at the moment, so you can probably imagine what state that's in. But yeah, it's nice to see this tractor is handling this well. Obviously, it's going to handle it well. This is a small disc arrow compared to what it can pull. But I think we will put this on the seeder and do a small update vlog with that as well, just to kind of see what it's like really when it pulls something, when it has to do with some power, because I've not actually used anything with a PTO on this yet. Excuse me. But yeah, it's running well. It's got side windows, rear window, you know, all of that sort of stuff. So the air conditioning, however, does not work. Now, I just told the dealer when just before I started recording the vlog to update you guys, is they go over the tractor, inspect it, MOT it, all that sort of stuff before they sell it, because this would have been handed in as a part exchange. However, the air conditioning doesn't work. They said that it should, but obviously it doesn't. So I've got to go and take this down tomorrow, I believe. I think it was, yeah, tomorrow. They're just gonna have a little look at it. They just take that panel off and see if there's a loose connection, because they said that it should work. It could be just a loose connection, or you know, just something simple. But if not, we got the door. We can wipe the door open and the sunroof and everything in the summer. Don't need it now anyway. At the moment, it's freezing. All right. Well, that didn't take as long as I thought it would. All right then. Raise it up. Fold her up. Alright then. Whack a beacon on. The only issue is with this gateway is that it's such a... You can't see past that tree and that fence for the biogas. Now we'll just pull over here. Walk on the verge so we don't get hit by any speeding cars. So we'll come and see this, guys. Like I said, I don't know when that'll be. Probably in about 2-3 days. I tend to leave it, let all the soil settle, and then I'll come out and seed this. We'll come down with this. As you can see, ground is quite soft at the moment, to say the least. Alright, handbrake off. Now away we go. Let's go back to the yard. That's the cultivator's last use. Yes, the last use for this calendar year really. It won't be used again until we've left the indicator. It won't be used until we plant some spring oats and some spring wheat and some spring oats. So this will go and park up on. I'm not gonna park it back where it was, because obviously I'm gonna put this under cover now. It was just parked there just as I was moving stuff around in the yard. So I will find a place for this, probably in with the combine at the moment. But the combine's not even in a set barn yet, because that needs to come out and needs to be washed down. The only other thing that I can think of actually, in fact, we'll just park it here for now. Just go and have a bite to eat in a minute. But the only thing that I can actually think of upgrading next is basically this IMT is literally just obviously on the feeder and the straw chopper that we bought. That's literally all it's doing now for the rest of the year and the start of next. Now, it's not exactly the greatest piece of kit. It's got no dials or anything. So my thoughts are to just keep that completely for feeding and bedding, and to look for something the same size, same sort of horsepower, but you know, use it for everyday farming, because at the moment it's literally the big tractor, the wheel loader, and the 6910, and obviously that. But that won't pull the mower; it would only do all the rake. I wouldn't trust it on the muck spreader personally. It's not no about window over, so you probably end up getting covered in muck. Obviously can't do it on the baler. Definitely wouldn't trust it on a hedge cutter. You know, so it's not that hard. It's to do on the hay bob, I guess. But it really just sits on this and the feeder. So my thoughts are retire it to that, and we'll go hunting in the new year. We'll go hunting in the new year. Just probably February time, I reckon, next year, of trying to find something. Maybe I know there's little John Deeres that appear. I'm quite a Deere fan, but I do obviously originally like blue. Except for the dealer is a John Deere dealer, so if I'm looking to get old machinery from there, that's any sort of thing I can get. However, there obviously the auction's coming up just after Christmas, and there could be something there. Who knows? I could find something there that I really like, and that's what we end up with. But I really want to just keep that on the feeder wagon and the straw blower, because it's knackered. It's had a hard life. It's not really. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I went down the main road of this, down into the village, etc., where we picked up the Marston wagon, it would get pulled over by the police if they saw it, because it is not safe. But yeah, I'm going to end the vlog there, guys. I hope you did enjoy. Remember to leave a like and subscribe to Matt's Damon World. Those guys let me upload the vlogs. And yeah, until next time, guys, we'll be seeding. We'll hopefully be seeding, unless it rains or something else happens. But yeah, until next time, guys, I'll catch you later. Bye for now.